Hey besties, you've got Ellen here. Welcome back to Sexist Storytime. Today we are going to talk about the very important subject of bodily autonomy. The idea for this video started on Saturday, setting up for a St. Patrick's Day dance at my daughter's school. Setting up, and as I was unloading these cases of beverages and chips and popcorners and stuff like that, I asked myself, am I showing too much boob? I was wearing a green dress as my daughter instructed me. And let me tell you, everybody showed up in their green. They did a great job. I asked myself, am I showing too much cleavage? Is this appropriate? And it brought me right back to my junior prom, where many, many years ago, this is going back to the mid-90s, guys, I had got this beautiful lavender dress from Bebe. I don't even know if it's still around. It was beautiful. It had this very pretty, ruffly front. I had tried it on. It looked wonderful. I was at the mall with a few people. I don't remember who, but we had said, you know, this is a great success. I have the dress. And at the time that I put it on for the prom, I was popping out. I had more cleavage. I don't know if it was that time of the month or if I put on weight or whatever it was. And it led to a lot of drama with my mother, who said, you can't wear that. But I said, this is the dress I have. So I was punished. I was not allowed to go out that night after the prom. I had to come right home. So I was in trouble for that. I would say worse, even worse than that, is there was a female science teacher who, in her classroom, specifically mentioned the inappropriateness of seeing me and my cleavage, and discussed it with the class. And a friend of mine told me about it. And so I want to say, first of all, to the teacher, shame on you for doing something that men have been doing forever. And doing something that women do really well, shame each other. We parent shame, we body shame. Well, I am sending you a big fuck you, if you're still alive somewhere, for shaming a young teen girl in front of the classroom on a night that was actually pretty difficult. Fast forward to the dance that I was volunteering at on this most recent Saturday, March 8th. I gave 3.5 hours of my time, very willingly, very gladly, to my daughter's school, which is all about inclusion. This is not your public school population. This is for kids who struggle with executive function. Some have learning disabilities, autism, all different things, sort of like a spectrum, of course, of things. But this dance was amazing, and it was put on by fantastic, really hardworking, small number of PTA members who got all this green stuff, all this swag, snacks, pizza. There was a DJ. There was really good music. The whole thing was like a blast. So as I'm asking myself, is this appropriate? I thought back to this high school teacher and this whole kind of traumatic situation. And then I thought, you know what? Who fucking cares? I showed up. I did the job. Not only did I show up, set up, and give 110% of myself to do whatever I could to set up, to make people feel comfortable, I actually made my daughter a dress that weekend. It was the Ted Baker copycat. I did not have to, but she really will only wear something that is sensory friendly, that feels good, that doesn't have tags and buttons and zippers and whatnot. If you watch the videos, you know I went through 2 previous starts. There was some iteration of dress done before I got to the 3rd, which I started on the Thursday night, March 6th, and had it ready for Saturday the 8th. So not only did I give a lot of my time and pride willingly to make this dress and give my daughter something that she was very comfortable in and looked very lovely in, I volunteered my time, I showed up, and I'm asking myself if my boobs are the problem. My boobs are not the problem. My boobs have never been the problem. You guys have been the problem. Our bodies are ours. And humans, if someone is making you uncomfortable, if someone is calling out specific body parts, leering, or doing anything in a way that makes you feel like you're uncomfortable in your space, you have every right to get loud, scream like an elephant, say something nice, say something not so nice. Don't fucking look at me. What are you looking at? In fact, I wouldn't even ask that. I don't want to know the answer. How about stop looking at me? Make it declarative. I don't like this. You're making me uncomfortable. Whatever it is, do what you got to do. Do not feel that you need to be polite to someone who's not being polite to you and not making you feel comfortable and safe. I don't know how many years it took for me to understand that my body is mine and it's no one else's, and I have the right to protect it, and people don't have the right to harass me. And hopefully this is just more of a Gen X thing, and this was more in the 90s, and I hope to God that my daughter and our daughters and our sons are not being made to feel uncomfortable because, like me, for example, I fully developed in 7th grade. I had grown woman body in a petite young lady's body and mind. I did not want to be treated like a sexualized object. And this really, I think, impacted me to this day, to how I view people, how I view men, how I view a lot of stuff. And I'll give you a few examples. I had a bat mitzvah, right, when I was a teen. Was I 12 or 13? I don't know. I think I was 12. After my service, when it was the, time to eat and just kind of chill, my uncle, in addition to telling me the mistakes I made in my service, mentioned that a few of my friends were heifers. And not knowing what heifers was, he let me know that they were cows. So a couple of my friends were heavy, and he made it a point during my bat mitzvah, post-service to let me know that. After my wedding, my father told me that some of my friends could have been Playboy bunnies, and yuck, that's disgusting, and I don't even want to hear about it. So I really hope we've gotten better at the way that we are honing in, especially in the U.S., on breasts and shaming and sexualizing, over-sexualizing. So I really hope we're doing better with this, guys, because the way I grew up with it, it was not good. And like I said, it's kind of shaped a lot of the way I see people, and that's not really a good thing. I hope that women today know that their body is theirs, and if someone is getting too close to them on the train in Boston, call it the T, for transport. I remember being on the T one day, and there was someone, an older man, who kept kind of pushing up on me and sort of touching me, and I was too embarrassed to say anything. I didn't know what to do. I was in my 20s, mind you. And there was another woman across from me who was giving me the sympathetic look like, oh my. And I was like inching away. I remember sweating. I didn't have the education or presence of mind to say, don't fucking touch me. Get off of me. Go away. This should be a declarative. So for anyone who sees me today and knows that I'm a little bit militant, perhaps, when it comes to protecting a woman or her space, any human being is, has the potential to be harassed really, really inappropriately and be made to feel uncomfortable. I'm just sharing from my experience as a biological female and what God has given me. So F you to the body shamers, and F you to people who think that somebody's body is public property, because it's absolutely not. And again, I hope that the kids of today, the young people, and my peers are better informed so that this shit does not continue. Thank you so much, besties. Have a great day, afternoon, night, morning, whatever the fuck, and I will talk to you soon. I'm working on some really exciting sewing projects. Take care.
Chicken wing, hot dog and bologna, chicken and macaroni.